Okay, hello, good evening. Good evening over there, and good morning to me. I think on my side this morning is 8 a.m. now. So we are going to start our meeting. While we wait for our brother Samuel to give us more highlight about uh, interview tips for for University of Rwanda, where he is. We are going to start. So I would like to start by maybe sharing with you maybe some um, okay, before I add anything, because I will first allow Samuel later to explain to you how he did his interview and how you can easily tackle the common interview question because it's the direct beneficiary. So then I would like to first ask you, or first of all, I would like to congratulate you for reaching up this step. It's not easy to reach an interview step actually, scholarship. So it's one of the great achievements, and it's one of the things that you can really congratulate yourself because it's not easy to reach there and it's not easy to compete at that level. You will gain once, you will have that confidence that you can make it. Two, you will gain experience in how to tackle interviews. So I believe you might have gone through a lot of interviews, you might have done a lot of interviews. But every interview that you do always give you always experience new things, you always add new skill on how to handle them. So that's how most of us have been. So the more you attend interviews, the more you have that hope that you one day win. So first, you need to also have that caption in your mind. So maybe another question I can ask you maybe is how far have you gone now with your with preparation? Because we told you in the group last week that maybe you need to go through your application, you need to write, you need to also make some research. So how far have you gone? Have you been uh, have you been going through your application or your application at the university or no? And do maybe if you are able to, if you are hearing us, maybe you can respond. Maybe you can tell us your name and where you are. So and then respond to the question that I asked. So maybe a simple way of reaction is I think Samuel is now back and then we can I can allow him to go through the
Sure, my brother. Thank you. Uh,
okay.
my name is Adut Loy Akok, and my Christian name is Samuel. So I'm currently based in Kenya. I have gone through my application since I saw the email from the Mastercard Foundation few days back. I have always been working on the application. I've always tried to tackle all the answers I put on my application. Also, I've had certain things like sometimes they bring external like extra questions from nowhere. So you have to make sure that you tackle all the questions that are asked, common questions that are asked in an interview for the college student. So I'm working on them, have been working on them, and still I'm working on them, and I'm here to learn more and work on them again. Thank you.
Great, great, that's great. Thank you, Adut. Daniel, are you able to hear us?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for my brother, Jacob Deng, and my colleague, Samuel Olea Amot. So we are all thrilled and happy about your support since that day up to this stage. So we are fully prepared for this interview, especially me. I've been doing a lot of interviews, though despite the outcome. So I'm wishing my colleague to fully prepare with their concrete answers and in order to tackle this uh, waiting interview from Mastercard Foundation is called Scholars Program at the University of Rwanda. So I'm really thankful, Jacob, plus my colleague Samuel Olea. You guys have really impressed us in this process and will make you proud, I wish. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you so much. We are almost there. So we pray that you get this opportunity, guys. So thank you so much for your words and thank you for preparing. You need to prepare yourself. One thing I need to maybe say now before I welcome Samuel and Ogeno, before I welcome Ogeno and Samuel, we are going to have, maybe if we have time later, we're going to have a short time to interview you, to have the interview preparation. So we're going to ask you some questions, the thing that we are going to discuss here, and we see how you are going to handle. So you listen very well and prepare yourself. We're going to interview you. So we're going to act as a judges panel, and we will interview each one of you. Are you? Will you be ready for that?
All right, yeah.
One of the
We'll be ready for it.
like preparation. So we'll be asking you, and also see that we also give you some recommendation on your weaknesses and all the things so that you improve them. So that when you go later on to go and attend interview with those guys, then you will be able to you will go having improved all the weaknesses that we have seen here. So prepare yourself, and that's what I can say. So I can just give maybe one minute to Ogeno. Well, 30 seconds, not 1 minute. Ogeno, if you are getting us, then okay. If you're not very poor, then let me go to John. John Mathia. John, we have been. It's time to introduce yourself and then tell us if you have prepared yourself. Maybe you have been going through your application.
Hello?
Yeah, we were getting you.
Yeah, it's me. I'm John Martin, and I joined this meeting, and I think it's about the interview, right?
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Yes, we are getting you.
Yeah, I'm like the meeting is concerning the interview, right? The preparation for the interviews.
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Yes, we are getting you. Continue, my brother. Do you have
Yeah,
some?
there's nothing I have to say. That is all. And,
Oh, okay, it's fine. Charles, maybe you can tell us your name, where you are, and then how far with the preparation. Justin, Charles, are you getting us? Yeah, you can talk. Justin, unmute yourself.
You will unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Okay. Now tell us your name, where you are, and then how far with the preparation.
Okay, my name is Sindawan Charles, so I'm in Juba.
Okay. Have you been going through your application?
Yeah, I have been revising it through.
Okay, great. Okay, we are going to start our program. So now I'm going to allow Samuel to go through the interview tips and how you can handle yourself during that time. Maybe by that I will after I say those, then I will also add some, and then we'll have some short interview. We're going to interview you, so be prepared and then listen very well. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Jacob Deng, for this opportunity, and thank you for Education's Needs All organization, and to the shortlisted applicants who have been pre-selected for the Mastercard Foundation Scholarship at the Rwanda. I will say congratulations to you. This is a good step forward, and as scholarship is always a process. So you have reached to a process which will determine your scholarship. And as you are giving us feedback, and we hope that you are prepared very, very well. So scholarship interview is not something very hard. Like you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself, and I know you have been believing yourself. Why? Because it has been a tough process, from applying for equivalence, applying for reference number, then applying for admission, and you are admitted, then you are shortlisted for the scholarship. So you're on the fifth process, which is the sixth process, which is actually interview. And perhaps if you have prepared very well, all the best. So I'm just going to take you through what the interview process is all about. and I prepare a simple PDF that I'm going to share the screen. And actually, I will just be going through it while I will be talking to you. Then after that, I will give you an overview what the interview is all about. Actually, specifically, different scholarship have different interview. So this is the Mastercard Foundation Scholarship. One thing you need to know, Mastercard Foundation Scholarship objectives and vision. So you need to know those. So let me first share my screen and I will be explaining from there.
Okay. Yeah, you can share screen.
I'm trying sharing. Yeah.
No, you unmute yourself.
You unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself.
Okay. Let me hope you can now be seeing what I shared.
Clear.
Okay. Now this is a simple PDF I've been preparing just for today because like I'm also preparing for other things. So I prepare a simple format and how to approach the Mastercard Foundation Scholarship. Why I say how to approach the Mastercard Foundation Scholarship, because I know interview for a scholarship varies from one foundation to another and from one university to another. And this is Mastercard Foundation Scholarship. And as you know, Mastercard Foundation was formed by Rita Roy. And they have also some their core values and their objectives. So you are going to approach this scholarship in a different way. You are going to approach this scholarship in a different. So I will say that the interview is an opportunity for you as an applicant or your listed person to really show them that you deserve this scholarship, because they need to know more beyond your application story, intellectual curiosity, and aspiration. What I would like you to prepare is the key approach. You are prepare thoroughly by reviewing your application and researching the program. Why am I saying this? So you have to prepare very, very well that you review your application and researching the program. Your initial application, I've been telling most of you that when you're applying for scholarship, you need to keep or you need to screenshot your steps, like the essays you answer, because most of the question will have to come from there. Then you need to share authentic and that illustrate your core values, leadership and commitment to service, like Mastercard Foundation focus about leadership and commitment to service. Like sometime also, because the number 3, they say ask insightful question to showcase your critical thinking and eagerness to learn. So in this case, they may give you an opportunity. Like for me, when they were interviewing me, I'm going to give you from my own experience. They will ask you, do you have any question for us? And these kind of questions always come at the last stage. So my answer was, then for me answering the question, I first started by telling them my passion. I tell them that I'm passionate about giving back to the community, and giving back to the community is one of the Mastercard Foundation values. I want to see a positive change in my community. By earning this scholarship or being given this scholarship, I will study hard and come back at home so that I can improve the health of my community. So after telling them that, I say to them, I will be excited if I'm selected for this scholarship. And I ask them a question. After being selected for this scholarship, are scholars allowed to work on project while studying? So they answered me. They said yes. So you are asking them this question because you are trying to show them that you are really passionate about a change in your community, and you are aligning your answers to their values. So number 4 is clearly articulate your educational and career goals and explain how the scholars will help you achieve them. So these ones, mostly how the scholar will help you achieve them, because Mastercard Foundation focus on people or on students who are from socioeconomical disadvantaged background or underprivileged. Perhaps you might not be from underprivileged background, still you are that person who cannot afford the tuition fee at the university, seeing it is expensive. So here you need to explain how the university will help you with the financial help, with the mentorship program and everything. So number 5, which is the most important, the first thing, you should have confidence. You should have confidence and positive attitudes throughout the interview. So what I'm telling you here, to have positive attitudes throughout the interview, because why? You need to be positive and you need to answer things very well. And I will advise you, when they ask a question, don't rush to answer. Okay, when they're asking a question, you should be also asking yourself, why are they asking this question? So sometimes they ask a question with a meaning. They ask a question because they want to get something from you. So they ask you a question because you have been shortlisted for the scholarship and they have seen something very vital, very important in your application. So you need to have that confidence and positive attitude throughout the interview. And your facial expression also, the way you express your face. Don't laugh too much. You need to be serious with a good face, actually. And you need to be answering those things very well. Actually, you need to elevate your level of confidence. And actually, there's one thing here I can suggest that may help you an aspiring scholar. Very, very important. This very important is to closely review the content you provide in your application material. Here, most of the questions are going to come from your Google application. That's why I was advising most of you to write down what you have written in your Google application. So most of the questions are going to come from there. So in the Google form, the one you answered about your academic achievement, extracurricular activities involvement, then community service and leadership experience. Here, most of the questions, academic achievement. Academic achievement, like in school, what have you participated and what have you achieved? Then you have extracurricular involvement. Then you have community service. They will go and ask all these questions were there during your scholarship application. So they will go and ask you this question. Like for me, last time they asked me the question because I wrote there that I was the head of prefects in Palada Secondary School in Uganda. So they asked me, what leadership skills were you exhibiting while you were at your high school? So I had to explain the same thing that was in the Google form. So while me explaining the same thing that is in the Google form, I also align it with the Mastercard Foundation values. Yeah, those are the things you will be doing. So I will give you some tips. So like when you are giving your answers, one of the things you need to do is alignment with the Google form response. You should align your answers. Aligning means it should be the same thing. That's why I'm saying to you, when they're asking you the question, you should also be able to brainstorm very fast in a way that that question they're asking me, is it in the Google form? And why are they asking that question? You should align your answers during the interview closely with the information provided in the Google form application, the one you provided yourself in the Google form application, because they will ask you, the interviewer will likely refer back to the details in the form. So consistency is the key. Most of your questions will come from there. Like they ask you, why did you apply at the University of Rwanda? They will, the same thing you answered there, so you need to be answering them. They will ask some critical questions also. So you need to align them with Mastercard objectives. So when you're answering your question, you should not only make sure that you are answering things because you have answered in the form. As you are answering your question, or like when they ask you, when I ask you about what leadership experience do you have, like maybe you have been a head prefect, maybe you have been a scripture union leader, maybe you have been a choir master, maybe you have been leading a team, or maybe you have been a volunteer. So when you are answering the question that I've been a volunteer in one of the, like I've been a volunteer with the Windle Trust organization, and I've been able to mentor the young generations at the primary level during life skills training. So when you like answer that, like you have been mentoring during life skill training, and you see why, because you need to see a change in your community. You are trying to be a leader, right? You are trying to drive positive change. So when you are answering your questions, Mastercard Foundation scholarship, Mastercard Foundation core values are always like they focus more on leadership experience, and that's why most of you were getting those questions in the essay. Most of the things in leadership, and the other one is giving commitment to giving back to your community. This is very, very important. Like they cannot give you a scholarship just like that. They want to see you as a person who is passionate about making social change, about giving back to your community, about anything you can do, please. And when you're answering this thing about giving back to the commitment to giving back to their community, please never, never exaggerate. Don't exaggerate it too much. They even focus on something simple. Maybe you can say giving back to the community in a way that you just go to a primary school and you mentor young children on how to live, on how to be a value-driven peoples with passion and direction of life. So those are the simple things. Don't focus on things like I want to build, maybe like I want to build hospitals, I want to build schools. So sometimes they can say you are exaggerating. So the same thing, the simple things you put on your on your application, those are the same things you can put. Like maybe you can like creating awareness. Like if you're a person who come and study health, you can say, I would like to go back to my community to create awareness about what? About poor defecation in the bush, right? When someone doesn't have a toilet, and you're trying to tell that person that maybe defecating in the bush is very bad. So also the importance of washing hands. Those are the simple things. I'm just giving you an example. Those are the simple things you can do. Please don't exaggerate giving back to the community. And actually, I was also shortlisted for USIU Massacre Foundation Scholarship in Kenya. And one of the things I did one of the mistakes I did, which you can learn from during the interview, was exaggerating my giving back to the community. And I falsified everything, and I was not honest. So here I need to be honest with the answer. And one of them is driving positive and positive change and impact. So this is the same like giving back to the community, because you need to see a positive change in your community. Like also because you are trying. So when you're explaining your financial background, so you'll be here like you are trying to overcome your financial challenges to access higher education. They will ask you, like for me, they ask like, what is the financial situation of your family? For me, seeing my father is dead, I will also explain it to the in the Google form. So I was able to explain the same thing. I say to them, since the death of my father in 2005, my uneducated mother struggled a lot to afford the living for the family. And I explained more and more. I was like to them also, my brother who was helping the family is in the stage of long-term unemployment. So there's no hope for me to pursue higher education without this scholarship. So I still believe that if I get this scholarship, I will be able to overcome the financial challenges to access higher education. That will make me to become a positive change agent and a transformative leader. So what am I doing here? I was trying to align it with the answer. Thank you. And the third one is attention to details. This one here, you should be prepared that the interview may ask even simple questions. Please, the simple questions why will come from your Google form. Why are they coming from your Google form? They need to test your honesty and transparency. If you are someone who is honest, because when they are asking you these questions, they want to see connection. They want to see connection between your interview answers and what you feel in your Google form. So they will ask you simple question like, for me last time they asked me about how many siblings you have at home. So that question most of you have answered. It has repeated itself this year application, and you have even answered it. So for me, we are 7. So I say to them 7, and I was able to say that I'm the second born. So you need to pay details to the simple, all those simple details. Don't take everything for granted. even those simple questions will just make you to lose the interview. But you have to pay it. You have to pay attention to it. So honesty and transparency, like I said, you should not try to fabricate or exaggerate information. I say this early. You should not try to fabricate or exaggerate any information. The interviewers are looking for genuine, authentic response that reflect your true experience and aspiration. The answer that reflect your true experience and aspiration is the one you feel in your Google form. So you need to align them with what you feel in the Google form as well as with Mastercard Foundation values like this. And by aligning your interview response with the details in the Google form and the core objectives of the Mastercard Foundation scholarship, you can demonstrate your sincere commitment, qualification, and fit for the program. Honesty and attention to detail will be critical through the interview process. Yes, my brothers, honesty and attention to detail will be critical through the interview process. You need to be honest. You need to just be answering things. And when you're answering, please don't rush. You need to answer slowly. And you need to be honest with your answer. And try to convince them that you know more about Mastercard. Later, I will share the PDF on how we will know what is Mastercard Foundation is all about, because it will give you an overview that will help you to generate your answers for the interview. So I share this one in the group, scholarship interview tips and common interview answer and question and answers. So the first question they asked me last time was, tell us about yourself. So when they say tell us about yourself, this is where you're going to explain your core values, your involvement in activities, your achievement, and your experience, and what make you strong for this application. What I will advise you to do when you are answering scholarship question, be short and precise while your message contain everything. Just be short and precise. Don't try to over-exaggerate. So you talk. Like for me, I prepared very, very well. It was 7 days preparation. So I prepared and crammed every answer. That was a mistake I did. So, but the questions I prepared for, they come all. Like, tell us about yourself. So I have to say to them, I am goal-oriented, motivated, resilient young person who want to see change in my community, and I continue with it. So you need to be explaining your core values. What are you good at? Teamwork, goal-oriented, value-driven person, and so other things. Also, they will ask you perhaps like, why do you deserve this scholarship? Why do you deserve this scholarship? So you deserve this scholarship. You need to align it with the Mastercard Foundation values. Like for me, I said last time, like I think I deserve this scholarship because my education background, my future goals, and passion align with the Mastercard Foundation objectives and vision, like giving back to the community and leadership. This is something really I'm passionate about. I think I deserve this scholarship because I want to see the change in my community, because I want to be the agent of change in my community. I want to be that transformative leader who want to see people of the lower class having the same access to educations like the other group of people. So here I was trying to align it to the Mastercard Foundation values. Yes, this is very important. You have to align yourself with the Mastercard Foundation values. So the question also, sometimes they can ask you, what are your career goals? Here you need to discuss your aspiration, how the scholar will help you achieve them. Your career goals. The first career goal is always what? To get an opportunity to study at the university. And when you get an opportunity to study at the university, how will you make that? How will you make good use of that scholarship? And after you graduating, where did you see yourself in 5 years' time? So you need to be explaining. After graduating, you plan to go back home and work on some projects. So this thing of giving back to the community most common. So you need to be explaining yourself on it. And one question is also, what challenges have you overcome? They ask you in your application. I have gone through application last time and I've applied for someone and he was able to be shortlisted. And I remember answering this question, what challenges have you overcome? There's a guy applied for Oturo and his score 91 is food science and technology. What challenge have you overcome? I think most of you have answered this question. So when they ask you this question, the best thing you can do is to bring the answer you put in your Google form. So you first explain the challenge and how you overcome the challenge and what did you learn from the challenge and how did the challenge motivate you to do. And the best thing is always try at your level best to align your answer with the Mastercard Foundation values and objectives. Yeah, and this question, what motivates you to achieve your goals? This one is very, very good. So you need to think critically here, very critically. What motivates you to achieve your goals? Sometimes when you talk of like, because you need to, don't talk much of poverty. Don't talk much of poverty here. What are you going to talk of? You are going to talk here about your community, like about your background, where you come from. Like for me, I said last time, what motivated me to achieve, what motivated me to achieve my goals is the background that I came from, South Sudan, a country that has been suffering from war. And also, I'm from social and economic disadvantaged background. So my dream is to work hard so that I can succeed in life and give back to the community and see changes in my community. So here, aligning it also. So sometimes also, what do you hope to contribute to the society? So you should expect those questions. Here I should discuss how you plan to use your education and skill to make a positive impact on your community or the world. You got it right. You need to discuss about your plan, about your passion for your community, and about how you are trying, how you are being a resilient person, the challenges you face, and what you have learned from the challenges, and how are the challenges helping you to help the same people with the same challenges. So also this question, do you have any question for us? Like I said, you need to be answering this question very well. When they say, do you have any question for us? You can ask a good question. A good question like what is considered for me to be a Mastercard Foundation scholar so that I can make a positive impact in my community. So you just need to ask some critical question. And I will not expect someone here to be asking about the stipend and all other things and maybe flight. They covered everything. Oh, see, you don't need to ask about the flight. You don't need to ask about the accommodation. You don't need to ask about the stipend. Yes, Mastercard Foundation covers everything. I repeat, it covers everything for you. It's just like being sponsored by your rich family or maybe by your rich father to pursue higher education. So the only thing is when you want Mastercard Foundation, the only thing they need from you is to work very hard. That is all. Please don't ask those questions. You need to ask questions relating to giving back to the community, how you can become a good scholar, a positive driven scholar with goals for positive change. So you need to be asking those questions. Like here, example of how to answer question about tell us about yourself. You can say that my name is Samuel Oleha, and I'm honored to be considered for this Mastercard Foundation scholarship. I'm a dedicated student, strong academic record and passion. So here, when you say I'm a dedicated student with a strong academic record and passion, what are you going to do? Here, after saying I'm a dedicated student with strong academic record and passion, so you are going to explain what are your strong academic record? The strong academic record you record in the Google form and the experience and what you have already been in. So here, you will just bring them and put them as an example. Then you can also say through my involvement in the community service leadership role research project, maybe like community service leadership role. Community service like what? Leadership role like what? Go back, brainstorm from your Google form, connect it. Then you say I also have developed valuable skills in critical thinking, communication, teamwork that I believe can make me an excellent candidate for this scholarship. I am committed to using my education to make a positive impact on my community and the world. I look forward to the opportunity to further discuss my qualifications. Finish. Here you have answered, you are precise and concise, but you have included every detail about yourself. And you need to know when they say tell us about yourself, it is very different from introduce to us yourself. Tell us about yourself. You need to explain your passion, your core values, your qualification, what have you been involved to. Introduce to us yourself is where you're going to introduce your name, your family background, how many are you. So you must get the difference. There's a difference between tell us about yourself and introduce to us yourself. So I'm trying to tell you how to like this greeting. My name is, I'm excited to be applying for the Mastercard Foundation scholarship. It aligned perfectly with my academic and personal goals. Through my education journey, I've been considered challenging myself, maintaining a strong GPA while also activating, participating in leadership role, volunteer work, and you need to be what? You need to put the example there. So don't just mention those words without putting example. Mostly commonly, this question is the first one to be asked. And what I will tell you, what I will really tell you is the first impression. When they ask you the first question, they are trying to They are trying to see how you'll impress them. The more you impress them in the first question, the more they will become fully convinced. And one thing you need to know, they will also ask you many questions, like perhaps like what motivates you to achieve your goals and where do you see yourself in future? What motivates you to achieve your goals? So those are the questions. What motivates you? Like you should be talking of aligning it to what you feel in the Google form, I repeat, and about Mastercard Foundation files. I've grabbed some answers here where you can be able to just try to look and you grab also yours from that. So in this way, they say, this answer is saying, what motivates me is a strong desire to make a difference in the world. My core values, empathy, integrity, innovation, guide me to always try my best. For example, my work experience. You experience being a volunteer. You experience being a volunteer. You experience being a volunteer. Right? So in that case, you are trying to explain how have you been and how has it helped you and how has this been driving you to achieve your goals and give back to the community. So like also in 5 years time, where do you want to see yourself? In 5 years time, of course, you have to say that I will use the knowledge and skill from the Mastercard Foundation scholarship. And or maybe you can say that I will use the knowledge and skills I will gain from the Mastercard Foundation scholarship at the University of Rwanda. And you need to align with what you choose. Like when you choose pharmacy, you need to talk of health. When you choose crop production, you need to talk of agriculture. When you choose finance, you need to talk of finance and aligning it. How being as a student who is in health science, how will it help you to make a positive impact in your community? You can talk of accessible healthcare and so other things. When you apply for social work and you're admitted for social work, how can social work help you? So you can say, I'm committed to being a driving force for progress and making a lasting impact on the community itself. So those are the things. And there is also another one here, another sample of how you can answer. Or you can say, what motivates me to achieve my goals is the deep-seated passion for making a tangible difference in the life of others, guided by the Mastercard Foundation principle of empowerment, inclusion, and sustainability. I've dedicated myself advocating for marginalized community. Please mention these things, or marginalized community, that you want to see everyone, no matter the background, no matter their starting point in life. You want to see everyone accessing the same opportunities like you're trying to access. So those are the things you should be explaining. So like you say, throughout my experience, like for you, Ogeno and Adud, you have been volunteering with the UN. So you mentioned that I've been volunteering with UN agencies, and it has helped me in this and this. I've been able to think critical. I've been able to have communication skills, and I'm eager to apply for the service of my community and the foundation mission. So you need to be explaining those things. So here in summary of the common Mastercard Foundation scholarship questions with additional prompt, like as I tell you, they will ask you sometime, tell us about your background and how has it shaped your aspiration. The interviewers want to understand your personal story. Please, this is where you need to create emotional answers, something emotional. When you are creating something emotional, you also, something you have written in your Google Forms will also be emotional. So you are trying to convince them fully. Last time I was doing my interview and I was in South Sudan. So I was not in Uganda, but I had a refugee status. What I got to do, they asked me, why are you in Juba? And you're supposed to be in the refugee camp. So what I have to give them, and I was a little bit honest because there was someone who died from my family, and I said I am in Juba because I'm trying to attend the funeral of my of my auntie. So from there, they did not try to ask me more questions. From there, they kept quiet, and that question really shut them, and they say okay. Then they went to the next question. So I was able to convince them in a honest and transparent way. So you need to be explaining things in a logical way. That's why I said always, when they ask a question, ask yourself again. There should be a why. When they ask every question, you say why. Why are they asking this question? So that you can easily generate your answers fast. Like when they say explain your family financial situation, a bright aspiring scholar from Mastercard will say, why are they asking this question? Why do they want to know about my financial situation? So here you need to explain the economic realities of your family and how the scholarship will help you to overcome the economic hardship you are facing so that you're able to you are able to access higher education so that you can able to be making positive difference in your community. That's all. So there should be a why for every question they ask. Like this question, what are your academic and career goals and how this scholarship help you achieve them? Here you need to articulate a clear vision for your future and how the education opportunity provided by the Mastercard Foundation will align your vision with your ambitions. Like when some of you are going for agriculture, you can say where I came from. Agriculture sector is undeveloped. And like you can say also 80%, according to research, recently released, 80% of the people in my country is still suffer from low food, or they still suffer from food security for you who is in agriculture. So you need to be explaining those things, aligning it with your program of study, then aligning it with the Mastercard Foundation objective. So here, when you're aligning it with your program, they say, hey, this boy is really serious, or this girl is serious, this applicant is really serious. So you need to talk more of your program, and you need to talk more of your career, and you need to talk more of the values and the objectives of the Mastercard. This is one of the questions, and I tell you, it will never miss. I've done interview for USIU, and I did interview for University of Rwanda. So these questions, during these two interviews, I was asked this same question here. What program of study did you choose and why? For you who choose food science, like Oturo, you choose food science and technology. So here they will ask you, why did you choose food science and technology? So here, for you have been selected for pharmacy, for information technology, for computer science, and for medicines. Is there someone in medicine? For you are in finance, and for you maybe if you're also in any career path that you are admitted to at the University of Rwanda. So you need to talk to them why you will choose to study pharmacy. If you are admitted in pharmacy, like Charles Akayak, you are admitted for pharmacy. So you need to talk of this one. And the other one was admitted for clinical psychology, like like the other boy. We met with him at least. So he was a clinical psychology. You need to know more of your program. Clinical psychology is all about mental health. You need to see people having what? Mental health, people living well. Like you can explain to them, there's no hell without mental health if you're studying clinical psychology. So here I will advise you to really research more on your program of study. So you need to discuss specific academic program you plan to pursue and the reason behind your selection. Why were you admitted for pharmacy? Why were you admitted for food science? Why are you admitted for crop production? Why are you admitted for medicine? So you need to align them to the Mastercard Foundation values and also connect it to your long-term goals. What are you trying to do in your community with your program of study? Yes, number 5, this is another good and critical question. And I remember it was there in your application, and they will ask, like I said, 70% of the scholarship question will come from your application. Why did you choose to study at the University of Rwanda? They ask you this question. They need to know if you know more about the University of Rwanda, because those are volunteers being brought by Mastercard, which is a partnership with the University of Rwanda. And when you are coming at the University of Rwanda, they need people who are competent. Like I said to you, it is very hard as an international to gain admission at the University of Rwanda. So they need people who are competent. They need people who can bring some change at the university. So you need to know more about the university, and you need to talk good about the university. Like they will say, oh, this boy has a passion for this, or this girl really has a passion for this university. So you need to explain what attracts you to the University of Rwanda, such as academic reputation, the program they offer, the campus culture, or the alignment with their career aspiration and the leadership skill they offer. The good thing is that the University of Rwanda is having a website. You can go there and you just know more about it. So you need to describe a time you have demonstrated leadership in your community. Yes. This is one of the questions you need to know very, very well. This is one of the questions you need to know. Here, you don't need to think much. Here, you don't need to think much. Why? Why? Because you just need to align it with what you have written in your Google form. Describe a time you demonstrate leadership in your community or school. If I'm able to remember very well, they ask you this question in your Google form. So here you need to be honest. So you don't need to think outside the box. But as a brilliant scholar, as someone who really wants scholarship, you should be preparing. Yesterday I was discussing with some of you, and others you were reluctant, so it will not be good. Here you need to prepare very well. So you need to demonstrate your leadership in your skills that you have been what? Those are the past leadership skills or volunteering. So maybe you have been a member of Script Union, maybe a head boy, a head girl, maybe you were like maybe a mentor, any other thing you can do. But the most important thing is go back to your application and answer the same thing you have indicated in your application while aligning you to the Mastercard Foundation scholarship. Then how will you use your education to give back to your community and create change? Education, what is education? Education, you gain skills and knowledge, right? Here, you need to see your community. The interviewer want to see your commitment to using your degree to address issues and inequalities in your home country or region. Not only equalities, maybe challenges, setbacks, like in agriculture sector in your community. What about the health sector? What about the economic sector? What about the political sector? Depending on your program of study that you are shortlisted in, this one admitted in, how will you use your education to give back to your community and create change? Like you can say, I will use my educations to give back to the community and create change because I will gain skills and knowledge from the University of Rwanda that will help me to make a positive change in my community. I will use my skills and knowledge. Like maybe you're studying health, so you're going to say you use your skill and knowledge to see that everyone, no matter where, no matter the background, no matter the financial status, have access to health. So there should be an improvement in their health. So in case you need to talk, so here you relate your program to giving back to the community. Yes, and these are the things you should be preparing. These are the things you should be preparing. By the way, you have reached to a crucial stage and very, very important stage. Very important stage. Like I can say it lastly to you, as a solicitor applicant, approach the interview with a sense of confidence and pause. This is very important. The first thing is confidence. Confident. Because the Mastercard Foundation is seeking candidates who possess strong leadership skills, core values that align with their mission and compelling vision for the future. They are seeking for candidates who possess leadership skills, core values that align with the mission of the Mastercard Foundation scholarship. And your future also should align with their mission. And one thing I should raise, rather than trying to predict specific questions, yes, I've given you some tips on how to approach the interview with some common scholarship questions. Yes, you should prepare for these questions, but you should not predict the interview question. You're getting me? So you should focus thoroughly to prepare. Share your motivation, relevant experience, and aspiration. Draw clear connection between your background and how this scholarship will enable you to make a meaningful impact in your community. One thing I will tell you is always to try to align your answer with the Mastercard Foundation scholarship where necessary. Lastly, you need to relax. Relax, be yourself, and let your passion and commitment to making a difference shine throughout the process of the interview. So you need to relax. Every question they ask, there should be a why you should be asking. And I think this is the end. I will be sharing this one. I think this is the end, and this is the end of the PDF I've prepared to help you. I will share it later. I will share it later to you, but you guys should be preparing for the interview. And like I said, the first thing is impression. You should be impressed. You should create impression in their side. Like for me, they asked me a question, tell us about yourself. So I prepared for this question. What I was able to tell them in 1 minute. And for me, even completing the question, they were able to say to me, okay, stop there. When they say to you, stop there, that means you are able to impress them. They were also smiling and laughing. So in that case, you don't need to smile. When they smile and laugh at you, you don't need to smile. You need to what? You need to be serious. Maybe you need to smile a little bit, but don't laugh with them. So you need to show some sense of responsibility. That's one thing. First is impression. So you need to, the first question you're going to answer, you need to impress them very, very serious. And one thing you need to do is to align your answers with the Mastercard Foundation scholarship, objectives, and vision. The third thing you need to do, is to align your answers, the one you have answered in the Google form, because they don't need to see a difference. They have your record. That is a Google form. They will ask the exact question. So they have your record there. They will ask you the exact question. And as I tell you earlier, you should pay attention to simple details. Simple details. Like they can ask you, how many are you at home? What is the name of your mother? Sometimes those simple questions, they ask you, like they asked me last time, how many siblings do you have at home? I don't know who tell them. Like also they asked me, how many cows do you have? Some of you have answered questions related to cattle you have at home, whether you have sheep, goat, maybe some poultry. So they need to know. Like when you have 100 cows, they will assume that you are able to, your father is able to sell 5 cows, and from that 5 cows, you can be able to pay your university, and it continues. No, you need to say them, I don't have. Like for me, I was saying that I don't have, according to what I've registered in the Google form. Okay, if you also have, so you need to be honest. But one of the things is, when you're answering your question, I would like to say to you, there should be a why to every question they ask. So create a why to every question they ask. I congratulate you for reaching to this step, and this is a very, very important step, and I'm very, very sure that some of you are going to get it, and I will be very, very proud. And also education needs all, as an organization, in seeing young people accessing opportunities, will also be proud. Please, you need to prepare very well and make us proud. So thank you. I'll be ready for any questions. I give back the opportunity to our chain maker, Jacob Deng. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Samuel, for the wonderful presentation. I really appreciate your report, and I believe all of them have listened and they have seen how you can tackle interviews. So we have seen our time has gone. Actually, we have passed our time, and I can appreciate because you manage your time very well. We started late and try to squeeze it within less than an hour. So thank you so much for the report, my brother. I believe this one will help a lot. And there's nothing on the silver plate, as we also know. So you have been shown a way how to align your answers to Mastercard objectives and goals. And this is what they want. This is what they want a lot. So what you need to do now is to prepare yourself. So another thing, one thing I also need to tell you is, for interviews, you need to manage your time very well, because time is very important. You need to arrive. Maybe you need to join Zoom. If it is on Zoom, you join Zoom 10 minutes before the beginning, or 5 minutes before the beginning. Make sure you are in the environment, a conducive environment, where there will be no noise. You will not experience noise and other things, because when you experience noise, you'll be interrupted and you will not answer the question according to maybe the way you plan, or according to the way you prepare, or according to the way they want. So try to go to a quiet environment. Also try for internet, because I've seen like most of you now have internet issues. So what you need to do, you need to find out where you can get a strong internet, because that's the reason why they gave you some days, like they gave you some days before interview for you to fix out any challenge that you have. So despite your vulnerability, try a way out to look for a strong internet. When I was doing interview for arts scholarship, I was in Minkaman working with one of the organizations. But I realized that if I do my interview there, it will be challenging, because the internet was not quite. There was no, like, the organization did not have like internet, and I did not have. There was no way I can get a strong internet. So what I did, I left from Minkaman to Juba to go and look for internet. So I went to where there is a strong internet, and then did my interview. That was the best interview. So the next interview, so I also went to board to go and do it. So I'm not saying that you leave your place to go to somewhere to go and do your interview. But what I want to tell you there is that you need to look for where you can have a strong internet. If it means you will buy a data, then try to buy enough data, and go to where you can access. Because I know even in the same place where we are, That way we can have good network, and we cannot have access to good network. So then what you need to do, try to be where there's a good network connection, such that your interview is not interrupted. So if your interview is interrupted, sometimes they can be kind to you and wait, but that one will change their mind. So it will the psychology they will not focus much on you because they have not got more information about you. So they will determine, or they will focus on people they've got more information about. So they will know, but that one will disadvantage you. It's not your fault, but it's internet. So what I want you to do, try by all means to fix that. If you know that the internet is not okay, try to look for where you can have a good internet. Another thing, as I said before, time is very important. I realize when we started this, most of you are struggling. Maybe it might be because of internet or other things, but you need to try to at least manage your time of arrival and your time of interviews. So my brother Samuel have said everything, so I will not repeat. So I also prepared some slides. So I will also share in the group later, so that you also go through, and then you compare how you can be precise with your question. So you don't need to cram the thing that we are giving you, because each one of us we have different experience, and that's why Samuel has been preparing you to your application very well. So don't doubt your application, because it is of high quality. That's why they selected you up to this level. So try to go through your application, try to memorize, and don't cram the word. Don't cram the word. Don't cram the word in your application, because if you cram and you'll be mentioning like it's one like involving word like the is, and they see that you have crammed, they will see that you are cramming. So what you need to do, you understand your application, so that you will be able to explain, mention the things that are common, the common things, the general concept of the question there in the application, and then you speak it out. So we are not telling you here to cram like the essay that you have in your application there. Like they say, tell us more about yourself. Then you cram all that are in the application from the beginning to full stop. I believe they will know that you are not creative, because they will also see your creativity, how you can present what you have in your application in a creative way without changing the context. That's what they want. Without changing the context. So don't cram everything. I believe some people, like I know, like the system of education we have been in, we have been taught how to cram things, but that's not how it works. So try to at least understand. So that's one. Another thing, on the part of the question, like ask a question, you need to be very serious there. Also give an example of the project that you have been working on, of the important program that you have been attending. Don't be lengthy. Don't take 5 minutes in answering one question, because you are not the only one being interviewed. So they have time. They also have. So try to at least, if you are too long, then take 1 minute and 30 seconds for every question. If you are too long, but if not, then you can take 1 minute. So that's the device. That's the common advice to every interviewee. So you need to take at least 1 minute and 30 seconds. So if it is too long, maybe don't go beyond 2 minutes. Don't go beyond 2 minutes. So try to be precise, and that's why you need to prepare yourself now. What you need to do, sometimes one of the challenges sometimes, and it is with everyone. So don't. I know we are always nervous when we are attending interviews. So your heart will be beating and all the things. So what you need to do. So when you go there, try to start breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out, and then be confident enough. It is not your first time. I know. Even if it is not your first time, you must have some beating in your heart. That's always common. You will have that coil in your stomach. So try to, and that's why try to give yourself time, and even practice with yourself. Like if you have mirror in your room, or you don't even have, go to a quiet place and talk to yourself. Say that you practice, because sometimes English is not our first language. So it's a second language or third language to some of us. So they also need to see that also they also need you to be playing, not 100% playing, but they need to see you that you are able to communicate what you have very well. So then you need to practice. So practice your language. However much confident you are, you know that you might be, or you might have been a good English speaker, be a good debater, and all these things. Yes, be confident. That confidence is okay, but practice. They say practice make perfect. Yes, even if it doesn't make 100% perfect, then it can at least take you to somewhere. So do that. I say before that we are going to have interviews, but we don't have time to do that. And it's also important that you also go and you practice yourself, and then you go and present what you have to the judges that time. So we'll have that one next time, because if we have time, we can have breakout room to interview each one of you individually, not in group. That was the plan. So to interview you individually. So, but now we don't have time. And I also have some other thing to do. I have an exam tomorrow and I have a lot of things to do to prepare myself. So we will leave you to go and prepare yourself. And we have given you 25%. So 75% is yours. Go and do that. And you will see the work of your hand. So make us proud, as Samuel said. Make Samuel proud, because he tried by all means to put his effort. I know we put our part as enough. But he did a lot of did a lot of things. Like when you were applying, taking admission, all those things. I think you know better. So make someone proud, and make us proud. Make ENA proud, and make yourself proud. Thank you so much.
All right.
So if there's someone maybe among you who has something to say, maybe you have questions. We have given you maybe this 6 minutes to ask question, maybe for clarification, or anything that you want to say. It's now your turn. Okay, no.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Are you people getting me?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. At the beginning, I've been offline because of the network. You know, the network in Juba always on Sunday is not all that stable because the line will be concentrated. So I really apologize for that. So my name is Ogeno Dickson Atiman Okot, one of the aspiring Mastercard scholars who is waiting for the interview. Currently, I'm in Juba. So I would like to extend my appreciation and support to Mr. President of ENA, Jacob Deng, and also to Samuel for their tireless work.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness, some internet interruption, I think. Sorry for that. Okay, maybe is there another person? Is there another person?
Economically disadvantaged.
Okay, good. Welcome back. So it has finally gone. Is there someone else who has something to say? Ogeno is facing challenges. Okay, Ogeno, welcome back.
Yeah. So I was on the point of appreciating you people. We are ready also to really struggle for this interview, such that we join our brother Samuel in Rwanda and we try to uplift our young economically disadvantaged viewers of South Sudan. So we are going to try our level best on Wednesday, and we shall wait for the results. Thank you very much for everyone.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother Ogeno. We really appreciate your words, and all the best. We wish you all the best. It's because sometimes there are always limited spaces, but we wish all of you get this opportunity and you start it, so that you get our brother Samuel there and you form a great team for South Sudanese, or a great team there with him. So wish that they have more slots for you, so that they at least take good number of you. Yeah, thank you so much, and try to prepare yourself well, as we said before. Be confident as you were speaking. So we were not shy. There was no any shy and all these things. So the same, you need to be confident like that. You speak to them as you are speaking to us. They are not different they're human beings like us, and they've also been going through all this. They have also been students some time back. Assume that you are speaking to your obvious teacher that you know. So don't worry, just speak, be calm, and then just communicate whatever thing you have. And that's why you need to prepare now. So prepare yourself, And don't panic. Like sometimes when you start and you see like you are not communicating the message according to the way you prepare, you start panicking. That thing comes when you cram things, and that's why I'm saying don't cram. Because if you understand what you are saying, then you can be flexible. But if you have forgotten some word, you can just be flexible and just keep talking. So that is very important because sometimes it happens to us. Like when you prepare a lot, you cram things and you go and you start and you see like the flow of your words not coming, you stuck. So so it is so challenging. So please try to understand and then just communicate as usual. Yeah, thank you so much again. Adut.
Thank you, Deng. Sorry, my network is very poor here. I just want to ask my brother Samuel. There's this thing I've been listening. His explanation was the most like educative one, so I have learned a lot, and I would say thank you. And there's this thing I have realized, like most of the question were so repetitive. Like some question came twice. Like he asked question and then he has to ask the same question in a different way. So I just want to know, like, do they bring question like that? Like, what is your goal? And that there are a lot of questions that could repeat themselves, and that sometimes you feel like you have answered the same answer, so and they have asked it again. So yeah, that's what I just want to know.
Okay.
Achiro man ko ati timo gima per tek marach.
Hey, please.
Okay.
Someone continue.
I understand your question. As I said initially, that when they're asking you same questions or like related questions, they want to see connection in your answer. They need to see connection in your answer. So in that in that context, when you answered it differently, then you're out of the interview. So in that case, you need to answer the same the same answer in the different way. Like they will ask you what are your goals for your community. So in that way, they can also ask you in the other round, like, what is your vision? After what maybe like, where do you see yourself after 5 years? So they want to see some connection in your answers. Just like during your application, there was some similar question. So they need to see connection. If there is connection in your essay, then they are testing your honesty and transparency. So if you are honest about your answers, so from there they can also award you the scholarship. So in that context, you don't need to be confused and you don't need to worry much and you don't need to think much. Like I said, you just need to have a why on why they asking this question. So they ask those questions because they want to see connection in your answers. So when they see connection in your answer, then they will be in position to trust you. Thank you.
Okay, maybe to add something on that. You say it all, Samuel. Sometimes there's no new thing. Like the question, like interview is only one question. Tell us about yourself. That's the whole interview. But now tell us about yourself. They break it down because you're about yourself is the one that has leadership, is the one that has your goal, is the one that has your career that you want, is the one that all those questions that are all in the tell us about yourself. And that's why that's why when someone was presenting, say like you need to summarize that part. That like I'm a committed person or passionate about this and that. Then from there, they will now come in and they will start asking. So all those questions they're asking, they're the same. But what they want you now to do is they want you now to repeat and enlarge. That's what they want. What they want is repeat and enlarge. You repeat what you have and then you enlarge. It means you will not exactly repeat the thing like what you said before. One important thing I can tell you, like for me when I'm doing interviews sometimes, like when I'm answering the first question, I will answer the first question. If the second question comes, then I will say, as I said before in the first question. So that and that. So what you need to do, you need to connect your first and the second until you end your interview. So you say, as I said before, you don't need to mention the first question, but you can just say like to connect all your answers. You can say, as I said before, this and that, and then continue and then bring the answer. As I said before, this and that, and then bring the answer. As I said before, that one, That one will be a connecting line between your first question and then the second question, like that, between the first question and the next question. So try to do that. So brother Adut, the questions are the same, but they want to see your creativity, and they want to see your consistency. Because like if you see that the so are you hearing us or not? Adut, I'm saying you're talking about internet being poor. Are you getting a network being poor? Are you getting us or not? I think that's gone. So I think I will go and watch the this one later. So that's what you do. Like for the rest, that's what you do. You need to connect your first question and then the next one. Connect the first one with the next one. So it's very important. Yeah. Thank you, Samuel. So they need consistency there, and then your knowledge on the subject. Then another person with maybe another concern, burning issue before we close. Okay, again, we have another concern. Okay, welcome. Maybe 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you again for giving me the opportunity. I've been seeing some guides, they were saying you need to move with your ID during the interview. Are they meaning only those in Rwanda, or also some of us maybe you are required to have those things near you, whereby if they ask, you'll be able to show them. So I don't know if Samuel can try to clarify that, because we may go to some place for internet and we leave those documents behind, so it will definitely affect us. Thank you.
All right. Thank you again for your question. Like you say that there's some time, like in your email, I can see that they ask you to come up with some documents, and that's true. For me, it was a surprise. So for my interview, it was a surprise. Like they did not send us an email during our application. So the program director just texted us via WhatsApp. So I received the message via WhatsApp, and they just tell me to prepare for an interview. So they send me the detail of the Zoom link via WhatsApp. So in that case, they did not even inform us about the documents to be brought. But what I did, I was a little bit prepared in advance. So my documents were all scanned, and I was having them in my phone. I went to the computer center in Juba Town, so I had to carry those documents. I got good documents, the hard copy and the soft copy. The soft copy was in my phone, then the hard copy was on my hand. So in that case, they asked me the soft copy. So they asked me that, for me, I was in Juba, and I said that I've been a refugee at my lifetime. So they say, if you're a refugee, why are you in Juba currently? So I say, honestly, I'm in Juba for some issues I'm trying to work on. But I was in Juba actually for just I completed my studies. So they say to me, I have to submit to them my refugees this one, my refugees identity card. So what I did, I have to send to them immediately during the interview process. And when I send to them immediately, they see it and they continue with the interview. So after the interview, they ask some documents of which I submitted. So what will you learn from that? Also, I will tell you to gather all the required documents they have sent you through your email, and you have to move with them, both the soft copy and the hard copy. If they are in hard copy, you have to You have to go and scan them. You have to scan them and let them be ready, because after the interview, they will ask you to send those documents to confirm. The people who read your application are different from the people who are interviewing you. You need to know that very well. And I've been asking the program director this morning if I can connect some of you with her, because he was the one who was there's a guy called David Dagao and me. So we're the 2000 selected, and there's a guy from Zimbabwe. So that program director used to text us direct. But currently, I texted her. I say that there are some 11 people I know who have been solicited for the scholarship. If I can connect them to you, she said to me, the system is saying in a way that people who read the application are different from the people who are going to interview you. You are getting? So in that case, your application will be with those who are going to interview you, and they will need those documents also. So you need to show them. So in that case, I will advise you to carry out your documents, both the soft copy and the hard copy. Thank you.
Good. That's great. Yeah. So try to go with whatever thing you have, and then be prepared, be ready for anything. Yeah. So be just prepare. What you also need to do, you can also go on YouTube, watch some videos on how to do interviews and all this. Go and prepare. Go through your application. Go through this. You can even watch this one, this orientation once again, because I'm going to share with you the link, the video. So you can even watch it once again and see like the example that Samuel was trying to give you. So you can see that flexibility and all this. So one of the most important thing, one thing I want to tell you finally, one of the most important thing with interviews, exam, or everything that you do is to inform your mind most of the time. Sometimes you may not meet the same question that you have been predicting, or that you have researched, but you will still fast. Like I remember in school exam, like sometimes you see completely different question that you might have never seen some before. But because you inform your mind, you prepare yourself, you read, you can be able to analyze and reason the question well, and then give the answer. So the reason why we do this is to inform your mind. Not We are not giving you the answers, but it's for you to get informed. Because sometimes if you are not prepared, some of the small thing can let you fail the interview, and that's why there are always processes like orientation like this, another important steps. So try to inform yourself, try to be busy, tell your mind that you are prepared for this, and automatically your superconscious mind will let you win, because there's no one who has ever you cannot win when you have not involved yourself in the process, or if you have not involved, like if you have not put yourself in competition or in the race, if you have not run, even if you are a good runner or a champion and you have not involved yourself in the race running with the people, you cannot be declared a winner. So you can be declared a winner when you put yourself in the race, you run, and then you reach before others. That's when you can be declared as a winner. So it doesn't matter the experience that you have, whether you have been a genius person, you have been getting 100 in your academics certificate, or you've been speaking well, you've been attending all those things. But prepare yourself now, and then later on you will see the fruit of what you have done. So thank you so much. We are proud of you.
One thing.
Okay.
There's one thing I would like to tell you, please. There's this connection, because you see in your pre-selection, there are some marks. So those marks, they are very important. They play a crucial role for you to be awarded the scholarship. So if you get low marks, low percentage, I see some people with the 80, I see some people with the 70, some with 60. Please, those one with 60, you should try your level best to do the interview very well. The other guy called David Dagao, he did the interview in a way that he got 57% in the Google form. He filled. Then after that, he got what? He prepared for the interview very well. So he was able to balance. He got the interview 99. So interview is all about preparation. You have to prepare well. You have to prepare well. So when you prepare yourself well, there's no way that you'll fail the interview. And one thing is always, don't predict the question. Don't predict which one is coming. So you just need to be what? You just need to be open to any question that they're going to ask. And there should be a why for every question. Because like for people, people who get 80, maybe like, let me say that there are two people who got 91, and they are the best in the overall. They are best in the overall, ranging from ordinary applicants to refugees to with disability. There are two people from South Sudan who got 91. It is the other guy, if I can remember his name, shortlisted for clinical psychology, and Oturo James. Those one who got 91, they have higher chances of getting the scholarship. So in that case, if you get interview like 80, you are good to go, because they will add your percentage plus the one for the interview. Then from there, they will divide it by 2. Then from there, they give you your marks, and you will proceed to the next stage, which is the final stage. I think here we are good to go. What I will tell you is one word: just confidence. You need to be honest with your answer, and you need to just prepare very well. And like our brother said, you need to arrive earlier at the interview. So for me, let me tell you, I arrived 30 minutes before the interview. So I was trying to fix other problems. So you need to be familiar with what the other things concerned with the Zoom, or they may use Skype, or any other channel. So I think for you guys, they will use Zoom. So you need to get familiar, like your audio, like your video, you need to test everything. So if you're not familiar with this thing, please try your level best to go to someone. And you can even create a Zoom link, and someone might be in another room and you are in the next room. So someone will be asking you from that room and you also be here. So you'll be exercising yourself. So prepare very well. I wish you all the best, and we'll celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Samuel. I think by
Yeah.
this we can end the meeting. So thank you so much for attending.
Okay.
And wish you all the best. So bye.
Okay.
See you again, guys. I will share with you the orientation. So I will share with you. So go through the video once again. Yeah, thank you.